Every day we use phrases without thinking. We bite the bullet. We're caught red-handed. We get saved by the bell. But behind these harmless words hide stories of war, punishment, and death. Today we'll uncover 10 everyday sayings with surprisingly violent origins. And once you hear them, you'll never use these phrases the same way again. 10. Bite the bullet. Picture a battlefield in the 1800s. The smoke of muskets fills the air, and wounded soldiers are carried into a crude field hospital. There is no anesthesia, no morphine, only pain. The surgeon lays out his saws and knives. A soldier, pale with fear, is handed a musket ball. "Bite down," the doctor orders. And then, the amputation begins. The bullet between the soldier's teeth kept him from screaming and gave him something to focus on as the blade cut into flesh and bone. That's where the phrase, "bite the bullet," comes from. Enduring agony with grim courage. Today, we use it casually, facing a Monday at work or bracing for bad news. But for those soldiers, it was the difference between life and death. 9. Caught red-handed. Scotland, 1432. A farmer is dragged before the court. In his hands, fresh blood. He's accused of slaughtering another man's sheep, and the evidence is undeniable. Scottish law was clear. If you were found with red hands, blood still staining your skin, you were guilty, no trial needed. And for crimes like murder or theft of livestock, the punishment was death. Today, we laugh when someone is caught red-handed, sneaking cookies from the jar. But once, being caught red-handed meant the gallows. 8. Break the ice. Northern Europe. Winter. A river, frozen solid, blocks the only trade route between towns. Merchants are stranded, goods rotting on their carts. The only solution? Men with axes and hammers smashing through thick sheets of ice, or ships fitted with reinforced hulls forcing a passage. Breaking the ice was the only way to survive, to restore connection and trade. Today we use the phrase for awkward small talk at parties. But for our ancestors, breaking the ice wasn't about chit-chat. It was about survival in a frozen world. 7. Throw in the towel. A crowded tavern in the 19th century. Two men circle each other in a bare-knuckle boxing ring. Their faces are bloodied, their ribs cracked. The fight has gone on for over an hour. The weaker man stumbles, barely standing. His trainer, desperate to save him, pulls a rag from his shoulder and hurls it into the ring. The referee sees it and the fight is stopped. That's the origin of throw in the towel. It wasn't about giving up a game or quitting a project. It was about saving a man before he was beaten to death. 6. Goes off half-cocked. On a 17th century battlefield, a musketeer raises his weapon. He hasn't prepared it properly. The firing mechanism is set only halfway. With a sudden spark, the musket discharges early, a blast of smoke and fire erupting into the air. The bullet flies wide, sometimes killing allies instead of enemies. Soldiers called it going off half-cocked, a dangerous mistake. Today we use it to describe rushing into things without preparation. But for musketeers, going off half-cocked could mean chaos, friendly fire, even death. 5th rule of thumb. This one is darker than it seems. For centuries, people believed the rule of thumb came from an English law, that a man could beat his wife with a stick, as long as it was no thicker than his thumb. Now, historians debate this. No written law has been found. But judges in the 18th century actually referenced the saying in court, reinforcing its connection to domestic violence. So even if the law itself was a myth, the phrase became tied to a brutal reality, that women were considered property and violence against them was normalized. Today, it simply means a rough guideline, but its shadowy past is hard to ignore. 4. Pulling someone's leg. Foggy streets of 18th century London. Gas lamps flicker. A wealthy merchant hurries home, purse heavy with coins. From the shadows, a thief crouches low. He lunges, yanking the man's leg out from under him. The victim crashes to the ground, dazed. Within seconds, his pockets are emptied. This was called leg pulling. Some say it was even used by grave robbers, dragging corpses from fresh graves by the legs. Today, we say, just pulling your leg when we're joking. But for Londoners of the past, having your leg pulled was no joke. It was a robbery, or worse. So the next time you bite the bullet or pull someone's leg, remember, words are survivors, and behind them are stories of pain, survival, and history itself. Which of these origins surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to Top Rank Wonders for more of history's greatest stories.